A Florida man has admitted to defrauding his employer of over $12 million and using some of his ill-gotten gains to lavish on his webcam girlfriend, including luxury property in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Ralph Puglisi, a former accounting manager for the University of South Florida's Medical Services Association, pleaded guilty to one count of mail fraud in August 2021. In a motion before the court in which he appealed to be sentenced to less than the maximum of 20 years in jail, Puglisi claimed that a large portion of the stolen funds went to pay for a, quote, luxurious lifestyle for his then wife, a claim that his now ex-wife's attorney has denied. Reporting from NBC's South Florida affiliate WFLA is that Puglisi began to use his employer's credit cards to make unauthorized charges to the tune of $11.8 million altogether. Then he began to spend the money on a woman working through the adult website My Girl Fund as a webcam performer. He claims who manipulated him into thinking that they were enjoying a legitimate extramarital relationship. Puglisi reportedly poured as much as $6 million directly to the woman and spent almost $11.5 million to the website in general, a sum that, according to the motion, represented, quote, 80% of all MGF profits for the time period. However, when the University of South Florida filed a civil lawsuit against Puglisi earlier this year in an attempt to recover some of the stolen money, a lawyer for My Girl Fund denied the allegation. Scott Rost, MGF's attorney, issued a statement which read in part, quote, "This allegation by Mr. Puglisi is false and based on no objective data." Thus far, Puglisi has reportedly repaid over $1.2 million in restitution and has also surrendered his interest in the property he purchased in the Virgin Islands worth $400,000. WFLA has calculated that it would take over 1,000 years for the remaining funds to be repaid if Puglisi adheres to his minimum required payback amounts listed in the repayment schedule. The disgraced accountant would have to pay at least $25 while in prison and at least $100 a month post-release. Ultimately, Judge William F. Jung sentenced Puglisi to 10 years in federal prison with 3 years of supervised release post-incarceration. Meanwhile, a spokesperson from the University of South Florida says that measures have been put in place to prevent future embezzlement of this magnitude.